G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an assault pistol. This is a standalone burst fire pistol that fires the 5.56 rifle cartridges, so a little bit more bang for your buck than you'd expect out of basically any pistol you'd see, either modded or vanilla, so that's interesting. Assault pistol is based on a real-life firearm called the Colt SCAMP, which you can see etched into the ejection port door there, so it's a weapon that exists in real life. It was designed around the 1960s as a potential replacement for the M1911. They wanted more ammo capacity, they wanted it to be more powerful, and they also wanted it to be more controllable, and, well, it fell through. Eventually, they replaced the M1911, the old girl, in 1985 with a 9mm pistol in the M9 Beretta. Name a bigger downgrade in history. I'll wait. Am I a boomer for liking the 1911 so much? Maybe. The Colt SCAMP in real life fired a special proprietary cartridge they designed for that weapon, and if you look at the dimensions of that particular round, it's very close to the 5.56 NATO cartridge. I think it's a little bit smaller to accommodate fitting it in this grip, but I think utilizing the vanilla game ammos is close enough because, well, it's going to make it smoother to use in-game. You don't have to craft a bunch of ammo for this weapon and only this weapon, which is nice. Plus, you could argue there's been some wasteland tinkering on this thing to actually make it fire the 5.56s, the intermediate cartridges as we know them, so there's that. The thing I like about this weapon is that it's a very large pistol, which means you can actually utilize it in power armor without it looking really stupid. I'm looking at you, Deliverer, you Nerf Jolt looking thing in the hands of power armor. Very silly. So this thing's big enough, and you could argue that, you know, all of that power in the cartridge is going to make it very hard to control, so get in some power armor, you have all that extra strength and those metal servos to absorb that recoil for you. Okay, attachment time. First of all, we've got the receivers. We go all the way up to powerful receiver on that, giving us 135 damage per shot. Keep in mind, this thing being burst fire is going to be firing very rapidly. So I can see right now, I think the DPS is going to be pretty strong on this one. Next up, we've got the barrels. You have a short barrel like you see here, medium, or long with ported options to help increase recoil control if you feel like it. So that one's good. It will be not, well, actually it's the same weight for the ported barrel. The only difference here is the gun nut requirement being slightly higher. Next is the grips. Sharpshooter's grip is pretty good. Better recoil and hipfire accuracy. Thank you very much. It's a Deliverer-like setup here. 10mm. Like setup there with the grips. Next, we've got the magazines, and you can have a quick large magazine. That's the best one because it's biggest and it's also the fastest. Options for versions of regular quick eject versions of medium as well if you feel like it. Next, we've got the sights. You can have iron sights like you see now. They're pretty neat. Glow sights, which give you a little bit of a glowy dot thing at the top of that little post, which is kind of cool. A dot sight, holographic, reflex. These are very DAC-like. We've seen these before. Also a laser sight, which I think would be good for maybe use in power armor where you may not have the dexterity to use this thing and aim down sights properly. Well, at least in real life, it doesn't really matter in game, but still. There are also options for a scope here, so you can have a sniper status version of this thing if you feel like it. And it's got this cool night vision scope, which I didn't utilize last time, but it looks like those IRNV scopes that you could equip back in Battlefield 3. That's given me some good memories. Devman peaked in those dark tunnels. Very nice. PP2000, mate. That gun was the GOAT thing. I had 10,000 kills with it. Anyways, let's go reflex sight. We'll throw that one on and we shall move on. And you've also got an option for muzzles, including a flash hider, which will increase your range. That's helpful. Muzzle booster, increase the fire rate. That is very, very powerful. I like when they do that because it's not all just go quick time event to hit the suppressor, but there. The suppressor will reduce our range a little bit. Balancing thing. Also increase our damage thanks to Ace Operator. Yes, that's 169 is actually really good. So we'll throw that one on. Legendary effect is there provided by Legendary modification. We'll skip over that. And you can have a little something on the bottom. A flashlight, a targeting laser, or a VATS targeting module. All of these are actually pretty good except for the flashlight. You've got one built into your Pip-Boy. So unless you're like throwing light in like a small arc in front of you, then pick something else. So we'll go for a targeting laser here. Although you could argue, maybe we'll throw a VATS targeting module on a shorter barrel version where it'll slightly be better optimized for that kind of gameplay. But there we go. We've also got the red and not red, yellow and black stripes there, which I like that aesthetic. It makes it look sort of ramshackle or sort of wastelandy. It's nice. The aesthetic's good. Anyways, let's shoot stuff. Pretty sure how to get it first. This weapon is injected onto the level list at like level 24 or something, and right here in Clearers, I've found one. Happy days. 131 caps. Thank you very much, robot. The first unique you'll find is located in the Boston airport in the tower. This might be easier or harder depending whether you're friends with the Brotherhood or whether the Pridwin is here at all, because if the Pridwin's not here, then this place is full of ghouls. But if you want to brave that journey, should you be hostile to either of those factions, you'll find a little pistol called Spitfire in here, and keep an eye out for it because it is sort of hard to spot, and the eagle-eyed among you probably have already seen it. But if you go over in this corner right here, the eastern corner, there's Spitfire. This one's automatic and costs less action points to fire, so a full auto version, Glock spec, with some cool teeth that's a little bit of an A10 Warthog look about it. Keeping the Brotherhood of Steel theme going, our next unique will be located right up the north of the map in Recon Bunker Theta, which you'll need to finish the Lost Patrol to actually access this place. Paladin Brandis is here, and if you convince him to go back, he'll help you assault the Institute with the ending for the Brotherhood. Anyways, here's Vindicator. It's got the Brotherhood of Steel paint. Looks very, very nice and does more damage against mutants. That's helpful. That'll be helpful when we actually fight the Giant Swan. But yeah, let's take him back to Workbench, do him up, and see what we can do. Alright, so we're back at Immersive Gunners Plaza. The time's a little bit different than normal, but I think the lighting looks great. Anyways, so here's our Colt SCAMP in first person. Looks like we've got a very eastern looking sight on it, and you can see how it tracks targets. Yep, it does what it says on the box. That's nice. That's what it looks like in first person, and in third person it looks like this. It's a weapon that it's not too big that it looks comical in the hands of a player without power armor, but I think with power armor it'll look just fine too. Strikes that balance very nicely. Here's the glow sight version. This one's got the rapid receiver on it. This one here is Spitfire, the automatic one. It's got a short barrel muzzle booster on it, so it's going to be firing extremely fast indeed. Faster than you can even comprehend. And of course, we've got the sniper status version here. It's got the standard receivers on. I think it's a powerful receiver, but it's got a short scope, which allows me to just reach out a little bit more accurately over range. Actually, before I start, you're probably wondering what this scarf has to do with anything. Wow. Okay, let's begin for realsies this time. There's a mosquito over there, so we'll knock him off before all the gunners start sprinting out there to try to chase it down. But we'll use this one. Oh boy, there's a lot of gunners. Let's shoot them. And here's the burst fire in action. And that right there was actually a bloody mess kill, spreading that exploding corpse to the other gunner standing next to him. Anyway, so you can subvert the burst fire on this a little bit. If you spam on the trigger, the scripting, you can click too fast for the script, and then it'll cause problems. But so far, so good. Sniper status 1 is working, and having that slow motion of that's really sort of helped me deal with those first few gunners. Okay, we are in danger now, but we're still getting respectable damage numbers, at least from that guy. But that turret, I think we reached the end of it, but still some pretty good damage numbers. The DPS on this thing, the pause between bursts, I think, is hurting this thing a little bit, but let's change that. Let's go rapid. Okay, I don't know if you could program a fire delay to make it so you have to wait for the entire burst to be done before firing again, but that's something that they might want to consider. Well, this thing's getting crits like it's going out of style, like nobody's business. I wonder why that is. Is it because it's like gunslinger spec and all of the hits that I'm getting that are hitting everything are actually 3 hits? That was a waste of a crit, straight into a tree. They told me these rounds were no good for penetrating trees. Anyways, let's move over to the next one. Spitfire. Yet more crits wasted into the trees. Don't worry, the trees are already dead anyway. It's not cruelty against trees. that guy's got invisible face. That's interesting. And now, yeah, this thing at range is going to... The recoil is going to get on top of you really quickly. But in close range, I don't think anything could stand against it. Oh yeah, that's real good. Look how optimal that is. 3 kills and oh, we're flying. We almost went into the stratosphere just then. Wanted to capitalize on that a little bit more because I was getting those guaranteed crits with the VATs, but wasn't able to make the most use of it. All right. What have we got now? A couple of dudes we can scope through. All right. So we've played fairly aggressively, but I feel like we're making pretty good time with this thing. So, it's not a huge deal that we are at low health at the moment because I think we're almost done. And I think these guys are yet to even get up and realize that they're under attack. I suppose that's the bonus of using a suppressor against these guys. They're not quite in the know. Oh, I think I hear some robots. That guy was totally unaware, and I think the last ones that we'll find are going to be in this room. And the fact that we've gotten through all of this, well, we're still undetected now. Well, may as well make hay while the sun is shining. Completely over-aimed there. Lastly, we've got Captain Invisible Face again. I think it's because they aggroed, they do a stealth boy, and by the time I get to him, it's worn off already. Now, where those robots go? I heard a railway rifle go off. Who knows? Oh, there we go. Shouldn't be too hard to clean up these guys. Really test the limits of this thing as a sniper weapon. We'll say that sometimes this thing, if you miss, it'll be punishing because if you're missing one shot, you're missing all 3. But the burst has a little bit of time, so there might be those tiny little bits, those tiny moments where you can adjust your aim and get at least 2 of the 3 of your bursts landed, or maybe even just 1 mid-burst. But there we go. We've crushed Gunner's Plaza and everything around it with relative ease there. I think that did pretty well. And for a weapon that's injected onto the leveled list at level 24, like, that's proper medium early game stuff. She's done pretty well. Alright, now it's time to fight the Swan and his little explosive crony inside here. Yep, that's him taken care of. I could have used that. Oh, actually, there's a couple of other mutants sitting around. It's good news, actually. I can get those couple of kills. I think I did. Now I can start shooting at the Swan itself. Add some criticals in the mix. I think that's a ghoul trailing behind him. I'm still getting sneak criticals despite the fact that ghoul is definitely aggroing him. Don't know what's going on there. I was watching the health bar and I forgot to actually shoot at him, but yeah, this will be a good old-fashioned cleanup on the old boy. It's not every day that I capitalize on a mutant slayer's weapon against him, but I think that's done more than pull its weight in that particular occasion. But that was easy, easy, easy. So let's try something a little bit less easy, right? Something super less easy, but also probably easier. Nope, I definitely meant easier. We're in power armor now because look, the pistol, it looks pretty good. It looks in proportion. Isn't that great? That's so good. Anyways, so yeah, this is a full Institute painted armor with some blue headlights. I think that looks kind of cool. I like the simplicity of the Fallout 4 power armors because they went way over the top, obviously to get a lot of sales done with the Fallout 76 stuff, but some of it is just way over the top and over designed. This thing is just better. It looks so clean. I guess it's because it's from the Institute. But anyways, all my HUDs changed into these weird unnatural colors, and someone over there is... I can't equip this all in power armor? What? I can't get my regular pistol. What? I want this one. Okay, there it is. Anyways, so there's a bunch of ghouls over there, so let's try to knock a few of them down. Nope, that's not going to work. Oh, that's just a random trader, I think. Totally wasted all of my AP on that, but that pack of ghouls goes away, and now I can shoot this one. I'm pretty sure I can take the hits from him whilst using power armor, so we'll see how we go. Well, he hit me with the poison, but not much else. Also, I can fly, baby. Okay. Might wait for my AP to come back for a second. Damn, I should have brought those kinetic things that give... Is it AP when you get hit? I don't know. I did a couple of modifications to this thing. Tell you what, I'm not having a lot of luck hitting this guy in first person. Are you even hitting me at all? Does he keep missing? I don't know. Gotta say though, the stagger factor is pretty helpful on a weapon like this. And I can just sort of float above him just like that. And what's he gonna do? He can't do anything. I can pre-fly up here, you know. Careful. And nice. What are you gonna do? That's right, you're gonna run away. Granted, I could always do that if I've got a grappling hook, which I've still got equipped, because, you know, the grappling hook is rated to hold power armor around as well. But I think at this point the job's almost done. He's running off into... So what is down there? I think I saw a Milet Queen down there. I haven't been this far south on the map in quite a while. He's actually run off so bad that we can regain our ability to use sneak criticals because we're in caution. He's going to continue running, but don't worry, I can track him down. So that little tracking beacon thing that I put on him, a pretty useful attachment as it turns out. A runaway ghoul maybe would have gotten away by now. Maybe. He's a big boy. I'm not going to be able to miss him. But the Wendigo, he's not having a good day. And unfortunately, I'm not quite close enough to get the most out of this thing, but now he's hiding here. We'll just go on a wide angle flank, I think. You know what? I've never seen him run away. Probably it's the strength and the might of the power armor that's doing that. But we'll just Glock him for the last little bits here. Why not? He hasn't been able to lay a finger on me so far. And he's refusing to. What you got? There he goes. 20%. I could do this all day. Oh yeah. All decade. There we go. And with a bunch of sidestepping and him diving to absolutely nothing, like, he was totally off his game there. Normally, if he hits you post-mutation, you've only got a couple of hits, but all this power armor and the strength of it, that's helped me out pretty well. But I think you get the idea. So that there was the Assault Pistol / Colt Scamp, and it did pretty well. For its role as like a heavy cartridge sort of pistol, I mean, mid-game, so perhaps you'd want to use this thing before you start seeing that there's assault rifles, but giving you that option in pistol form, I think, I mean, I'm not actually clear on whether this thing is actually boosted by something like Gunslinger or Commander. Anyway, I'm going to stomp on these guys. I'm going to squish them in pancakes. Cop that. To get all of them? Nope. These ones are still at large. I'll take you. 1 damage, it's all I needed. Alright, so yeah, if you are interested in seeing this thing in your game, if you've got a pistol build that you need a little bit of strength on, then look no further than this thing. This thing's got you very well covered. And, ooh, the water's glowing through the power armor there. That's a visual bug. Thanks, ANB. That's fine though, because I've got script extended, which means I can do the leaning in the power armor. How cool is that? Anyways, link will be in the description if you want. Thank you very much for watching, guys.